The concept of symbols can be a tiny bit hard to explain, so you're going to have to bear with me just a little bit, and I believe it will all kind of come together by the end of this instruction. So here we have an image, and as we know, we can make changes to it in any manner that we see fit. Well, the problem is that we can't realistically animate something like this on the timeline. It would be challenging, to say the least. Flash is better used when you try to animate symbols, which is what we're going to learn about. So there's actually two ways to make symbols. In this case, I already have an image on the screen, my vector that has been drawn, although I did not draw that. I can select the whole thing, and in this case it's all on one layer, which makes that easier. And I can right-click and choose Convert to Symbol. Now you're actually given a selection here, 3 different types of symbols. A graphic is basically pretty similar to a movie clip. The main difference is that a movie clip can have instances, which is something that will be very helpful for you when you start to do coding. We won't really do much of that here in this class, but I would suggest for the time being you'll use movie clip for pretty much everything. You can also make a button, which we'll get to later, but for right now we're going to choose movie clip. So the neat thing about symbols is that they actually cut down on the file size quite significantly. This is because symbols are basically copies. The master symbol can be edited at any time, but you'll notice then when I make a change that it affects all of the symbols then. So if you have something, say, that you want to use quite a bit of, like maybe trees in the background, you'll want to use symbols, and I'll show you why. You can see all of your symbols in the Library tab, which is right next to Properties. So in this case, of course, we have red hair gal. I could make any number of symbols and they would all appear here. Under Properties then, I want to show you something very specific. I'm going to delete this symbol off here, and I'm going to paste in the original picture. Notice it is not a symbol. I'm going to paste a few more of these. Now, if I go to publish this, it's going to show me the size of the SWF, which is that file that actually contains the information and animation. It's 16 kilobytes. Well, if I delete all of these, and I go to the library and I pull out several of these as well, the same amount, and now I publish, I can go back to the Properties panel, and I can see, by using symbols I have saved quite a bit of space. Now, we're not talking a tremendous amount, but this also is a very small file so far. There's no animations on it even. So we find then that it decreases the file size significantly to use symbols. And the other thing too is that it would be very challenging for us to animate if we weren't using them.